Hey everybody, I'm Dave with Grown Home Garden. Today I want to talk to you about growing your own sweet potato slips. It's a very easy thing to do. Anybody can do this. It just takes a little bit of time. You need a sweet potato, you need a mason jar, and some water. Okay, it's really simple. Let me show you how I've done it. This here is a sweet potato I grew in the garden last year that I was able to save all winter. You can see it's a bit of an odd shaped one right here. And all I've done is I put it in a mason jar of water, made sure I kept it full. I kept it near a light, and I'll tell you what, this is a little bit leggier than I like it to be. They will thicken up as they get more sunlight. These are around an indoor lamp, and so they just really kind of got leggy. But what you can see here is that I've got all kinds of great growth coming from this one sweet potato. And so we're going to look at this a little bit. And right here, this section here, I can just peel right away from that sweet potato. And if I need to, I'll just break it off a little bit. And check this out. Look at all those roots ready to go. Every one of those roots is going to be ready to start producing another sweet potato for me later on down the road. But there's a couple more things I can do with this sweet potato slip right here. If I take my snips here and I cut just a little bit off, and just leave it like that. I'm going to put this in another jar of water for later. Okay, just going to save it there. And this other piece, I can actually take and propagate more sweet potatoes from. I can make more roots just off of this one vine. And the reason for that, if you look right here, and hopefully that'll focus. I had trouble getting that in there. There it is. Okay, that little spot, and every time I move my finger in it, it goes away. Anyhow, there are some little bumps right here. Those are the start of new roots that are going to be forming. And so what I want to do is I'm going to just trim off this lower leaf here. And I'm going to take this section of it and cut that off, because that node right here, and the node is that little spot where leaves form, that node also has those roots. So I'm going to just make sure that that's stuck in my glass of water right there. And you can do this for every little segment of your sweet potato vine, just like this. You can get quite a few from one plant and quite a few from one sweet potato itself. This is very easy to do. I'm probably going to get one more out of this, and I'm going to trim it down to the node. Take that off. And then this excess, I'm not even going to worry with right here. But there's one more. Now, you can take these, break them off the sweet potato, plant them directly in your raised beds, and as long as you keep them wet, they will grow fine. You don't even have to worry about this step of the process. But if you want to be a little bit more sure, you can do it this way. The other thing you can do is take these little pieces here, just as regular rooted cuttings would be, just snip them off like that, and then slide it into a pot. And then the pot, keep it wet, and you'll end up with roots forming all along those stem areas. And it'll grow all kinds of really great sweet potatoes. Now, last year what I did with my sweet potatoes is I grew my peppers and sweet potatoes in the same bed. I had the sweet potatoes creating kind of a ground cover for the peppers. And so the peppers got a little bit of the benefit of the shade that the foliage created from the sweet potatoes. But my one problem with that was that the sweet potatoes wanted to just sprawl and grow. And they got pretty large as things went along. So I'm probably not going to do that again, but give it a try, see what you think, if that would help you out. But all I got to do, every one of these has rooted really well, and it probably takes a few weeks to get this going. But I can prune these all off, just like I'm pruning some other type of a plant. And then I can take this sweet potato back in the house, put it next to the same light it was next to. It's nothing fancy. And just let it grow. I can grow all kinds of more sprouts from it. So sweet potatoes, very easy to grow. You don't actually have to go to the store and buy them. This one initially came from a grocery store. And last year I grew all of mine from grocery store sweet potatoes, which then I saved this one from last year's garden. And so I didn't have to buy any this year. I ended up buying some just because I wanted to get a named variety. And so I'm going to be planting those, but I'll plant them in a separate bed so I can kind of keep up with these. Chances are they are actually the same variety, because it is a very common one that I picked up. and I bet it's probably what the farmers produced for the grocery store. And so that's really all there is to it. If you have any questions about growing sweet potatoes and making sweet potato slips, drop them in the comments. Happy to answer what I can. And again, hit the like button, subscribe for more garden stuff as we go forward. Can't wait to get these in the ground. Have a good one.